Welcome, Dirt Riders. It is August 2nd at 1:30 p.m., and I have news regarding the QuadNB trail access item. But I'm not going to get to that first. You'll have to watch the full video in order to hear the news. So first, I want to talk about the race. We held our first race of the series yesterday in Penobscot, and it was a lot of fun. We had a ton of people show up. I think we had around 80 registered racers. Um, Everybody had fun. Lots of people were smiling. It looked like a really good day. So for those of you who did come out, we appreciate it. For those of you who couldn't make it this time, we hope to see you at the next one. I'd like to thank all of our volunteers, board members, and just members at large who came out early leading up to the race, prepping the site, and assisting us throughout the day. All of that really comes together to make a good day happen. So thank you very much for that. So there's been a few items that the board's been working, right? And this has been going on for a while, as many of you know. So the first one I wanted to talk about was the registration item. For those of you who don't know, this is it's a problem in our community, right? Some bikes have a VIN classification that doesn't allow them to be registered according to the Department of Motor Vehicles. And we've been in talks with the government about this, and there was a little bit of a change over at the DMV. We have a new registrar in the office there, and I wanted to let everybody know that they've reached out. They want to, renew those conversations now that there's a new individual in the office there, and I expect to speak to them next week. So that's looking really good. They were open about their questions. They had good questions, like they were kind of understanding where we were coming from. So I expect that to move forward more quickly. The next item is the trail manager role that the NBDRA has kind of asked the government if we could take on. I'm going to have some more information about that in a week or two as things develop, but we wanted to let everybody know that that is still progressing. We still have a vision for where we want the NBDRA to go and how we want to be able to provide areas to ride in and so on. And being a trail manager gives us access to do those kind of things. It also gets us that super important seat at the table. So any additional off-road act changes or legislative changes, we will be involved in it, and hopefully it'll minimize an impact to us down the road so we don't get into the position we're in today. So more to come on that. It's still happening, right? The next one, yeah. So the QuadNB trail access. I had a video ready from July 30th, but the board was just slammed. Like 2 days of race prep and being on site and so on. I didn't get a chance to get it out for approval and posting. But on July 30th, we received our official yes from Quad New Brunswick that dirt bikes in the province are going to be allowed on their trail system. I know it's been a long time coming, right? We started this back in the fall, and I've received a lot of comments and questions about why it's been taking so long and why we didn't share every detail and so on. And there's a few reasons. So the first reason is that if we're going to be working in a partnership with these people, and it's going to be primarily QuadNB, we're not going to be sharing the trails with the snowmobile fed guys, right? At least not at the same time. And so we want to make sure that if we're issuing a public statement that's official, that we're doing it with a timeline that they can emulate, right? If we issue news and they don't, is that going to create sourness among memberships, right? Or vice versa. If they release something and it's not quite what we were expecting, our membership could be, not pleased about the details and so on. So if we do it together, everybody gets the same message, and then we can field the questions as they come, right? And we do it as a partnership, and that it's important. It is slower, right? And it gives the appearance of being slower. But if there's one thing Mom taught me, it was do it right the first time, right? We did not want to be in a position where we were stating public claims unofficially and then need to backtrack. I very much believe that would be a disservice to all of you, right, who've invested so much time and energy and waiting for this, and for the board members and myself who've invested so much time and energy into getting it right. We have to make sure that we do it right the first time. And with that in mind, the progress that we've made on the item is significant, right? There's a lot of things happening. So when I was talking earlier about the registration item, the trail manager item, and then the trail access, you've got these three items that are kind of being worked separately, but ultimately it's all going to come together. It's the same goal, right? And it's going to get us to this vision where we want to go. And in order to get those together properly and functionally, we have to do it right the first time. And funny enough, or it seems to be, that our approach is having an impact because we've received comments from these third parties uh, stating that our consistency and our steadfastness in the way we're approaching these items is being noticed, right? And that's helping us gain additional traction. This isn't a short game, right? It's a long game. And if you're just looking at what's at the bare front of us, you're saying, well, QuadNB has this access now. Why can't we just have it now? QuadNB didn't start with full provincial wide open access and all the stuff they wanted. They started small, and then through a history of consistency and dedication to building the best program possible and seeing that through over time helped gain additional traction kind of exponentially. And we have to emulate the same design. It's the same thing in your personal lives too, right? If you're consistent and dedicated and work hard, good things tend to happen, right? But you got to get there first. And I fully believe that the way the board and the NBDRA is staged right now, it has the potential to do that properly as long as we stay consistent and keep going the way we're going. So, with that being said, we're going to QuadNB wants to move quickly on it now that we're here, and they've asked us if we could sit down with them in the next week or so to go over the details. And those details are going to include things like how does the purchase agreement happen with the trail pass? How administratively speaking, how's the money going to flow? Who on the NBDRA board is going to look after dealing with all that stuff, and what does it include? What do we need to report back to the province, and all those things? Now, obviously, we've been thinking about this, right? So we've got some ideas written down and some design programs laid out as possibilities. So we're walking into the meeting with let's work together. We have some ideas. What are your ideas? What can we do? Can we automate some of this stuff online? Where can we eliminate manual entry items? We don't like that, obviously, to make it easier for all of you, right? That's the goal, right? Make it simple, make it easy, make it efficient, and make it work. So those meetings are going to happen within the next few days. It isn't going to be just me on that. There's going to be a couple of board members, hopefully, that can bring their perspective to how they're thinking about it to make sure we don't miss anything, right? And to get, like I said before, get it as close to right the first time as possible. And yeah, if we evolve it properly, we'll come out with a product at the end that is the best possible product and program that we could build, because it was based on information and suggestions of the membership, the ridership, and all of these parties coming together. And I'm really excited about it. I think we're going to end up with something very, very good. So with that being said, I want to thank the membership for the folks who've supported us. We love hearing it. Tell your board members, like when you see them or you speak with them, tell them that you're proud of the work they're doing, because we all spend a significant amount of time on this. For the members who've reached out and had conversations with us and provided suggestions and alternatives and feedback and criticisms, which we don't mind hearing, we try to do a little bit better the next time. And for those of you who do those things, I want to thank each and every one of you. The phone calls I've had with the membership and the emails and the private conversations, I certainly enjoyed doing that. So don't be a stranger. Reach out. I'm more than happy to discuss it at length and into whatever detail you want. And I will listen to your suggestions. We've demonstrated as a board that we will listen to suggestions. We've had those meetings where we've gathered feedback and then taken that and looked at it and said, can we incorporate this, because it's your program. It's going to be what you want it to be as best as possible. It's just kind of us, working the administrative stuff on the end of it. Lastly, I want to personally thank the board members for all of their hard work. Without these folks, getting this far wouldn't be possible, and what we hope to achieve in the future won't be possible. If any of you out there, members currently or not, sign up to become a member. If you are a member and you want to get involved, let us know. Tell us you want to volunteer. If you want a position on the board, or if you want to talk to us about future positions on the board, reach out. Let us know. There's a good chance that if we achieve the goal we're looking for, the organization is going to grow quite significantly. Obviously, the larger the organization, the more support that is required to maintain good, strong administrative functions and so on. So if you want to help us with that, tell us. We're open to hear it. So that's it. I'm very excited to be posting this. This has been the result of hours and hours of work for me. I can't count how many work lunches I've just been running out of the office. I have to go call somebody, so I'm taking my lunch break to work meetings and call people and work on this stuff late into the night. And this is the first big milestone to seeing that happen. Right? And for those of you who've been patient so far, I really appreciate it. Yeah. So that's it. I will do a little write-up when we post the video in case you don't want to watch it, or you can't, just that lays out the items I just spoke about. And we'll have more information for you guys as soon as it's available. All right. So thanks very much. I hope you guys have a good day.